asked to run the meeting tonight. We'll start with our Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Jackman, would you like to lead us tonight?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
It's not mine.
It's not mine.
Is that Gina?
Yes.
Gina, your phone just went off if you're wondering.
Okay, if you want to take a minute and look over the agenda, and does anybody have anything they'd like to add or subtract from the agenda? Okay, if none, the agenda is adopted as presented. We'll go ahead and start with our commendations. Can we start with the middle school first tonight?
All right, we have Rosa Diaz as our middle school student of the month. All right. The first comment I have is from Mrs. Dayton. Rosa is a sweet young lady. She's a hard worker and a good friend. She is quiet in class and gets all of her work completed. Rosa is always polite to staff and peers. I've had the privilege of being her teacher all 3 years in middle school. I've witnessed her growth academically in both math and ELD. It's been my pleasure to know Rosa. I will miss her when she goes to high school. Next one is from Ms. Caputi. Rosa has a heart the size of a dinner plate, and I want nothing but the best for her. She deserves only good things. It's been my absolute privilege to spend time with her the last 3 years.
Rosa es una joven muy amable, es trabajadora y una buena amiga. Es tranquila en clase y siempre completa su trabajo. Rosa siempre es respetuosa con el personal y sus compañeros. He tenido el privilegio de ser su maestra durante 3 años en la secundaria y he sido testigo de su crecimiento académico tanto en matemáticas como en el desarrollo del idioma inglés. Ha sido un placer conocer a Rosa. La voy a extrañar cuando se vaya a la preparatoria. Rosa tiene un corazón tan grande como un plato de cena y no deseo más que lo mejor para ella. Se merece solamente cosas buenas. Ha sido un verdadero privilegio pasar tiempo con ella durante los últimos 3 años.
Okay, how about the elementary?
Here we go.
Our K through 2nd grade person of the month is Kenzie Holcomb. Okay, I've had the honor of teaching Kenzie for the past 2 years. She is always willing to lend a helping hand and ready to jump in when one of her peers needs support. Over the past year, Kenzie has shown incredible dedication to her academic growth, watching her sharpen her skills and tackle new challenges with increasing confidence has been inspiring to witness. I am proud of her hard work and I can't wait to see all that she accomplishes in the future. Love, Mrs. Moody. And it has been a pleasure to have Kenzie in my 1st grade Spanish classroom. Over the course of the year, she has made tons of growth and has become more confident in anything that she sets her mind to. Beyond her academic achievements, she is a cornerstone of our classroom community. Kenzie is deeply compassionate and never hesitates to step in and support her peers, whether that is offering kind words or asking a classmate if they need help. Her willingness to support others is an inspiration. Congratulations, I am proud of your progress and look forward to seeing all the great things that you will accomplish in the future. Maestra Carrillo.
For grades 3, 4, 5, Penelope Baker. I'm pleased to recognize Penelope for her outstanding perseverance, leadership, and positive influence both inside and outside of the classroom. She consistently demonstrates determination when faced with challenges, approaching obstacles with resilience and a strong commitment to growth. As a leader, she has set a powerful example for her peers through her integrity, responsibility, and willingness to support others. Whether working collaboratively or independently, she contributes thoughtfully and encourages those around her to do their best. Beyond academics, this student embodies the qualities of a true role model. She is very active in sports and other community activities where she demonstrates kindness, respect, and a positive attitude that extends into all areas of school life and the broader community. She leads not only through her achievements, but through her actions, making a meaningful and lasting impact on those around her. Thank you, Senor Nunez. And from Senorita Hayes, I'd like to recognize Penelope as an exceptional student who truly embodies the best of our school community. She demonstrates an unwavering work ethic and consistently pushes herself to grow academically and personally, never settling for less than her best effort. What's particularly remarkable is how she exemplifies our core character traits in everything she does, showing safety, respect, and responsibility both in the classroom and throughout the school. Way to go, Penelope.
Can we have the online school book?
So I have the honor of introducing the Cooper family, and they have 4 kids currently attending our virtual school, and then they have a 5th one joining next year. So here's a little bit about our students of the month, the Cooper family.
Congratulations to the Cooper family. We are celebrating 8th grader Audrey, 6th grader Zoe, 3rd grader Chloe, and 1st grader Anthony. The Cooper kids are creative, adventurous, and full of energy. They are also natural entrepreneurs, always making something, finding a need, setting up a sale right in the driveway. As a family, the Coopers love going on adventures and exploring the beautiful world God has created. Audrey is involved in Civil Air Patrol, where she enjoys the community, discipline, and leadership skills she's learned. She is also super creative and is always drawing, building, or making something from the family's well-stocked art farm. In fact, right now, she has taken an old Barbie and transforming it into a Navi character from Avatar, using clay, paint, and fabric scraps. Anthony and Chloe attend Kinder Music, where they have learned to play the glockenspiel, dulcimer, and recorder. They also are excited to begin piano lessons in May. Let's go. Zoe loves working in the garden, planting flowers, fruits, and vegetables. She even has a side job with Sisters Flowers, helping plant hundreds and hundreds of varieties of flowers. Pretty cool. The Cooper kids love the flexibility of this virtual school. They can learn on their own time. Some are night owls who enjoy doing schoolwork at night, literally even by flashlight, while others are early birds who like to finish their work before everyone else wakes up. Their days are filled with painting, building Legos, sports, participating in epic PE, attending art classes, and most importantly, going on family adventures. This virtual school has been a wonderful blessing to the Cooper family. Kids have flexibility to learn, grow, create, and explore in ways that fit who they are as a person. Congratulations to Audrey, Zoe, Chloe, and Anthony for being students of the month at this virtual school. Like I always say, remember, we are Mrs. Strong.
Okay, the high school?
We are going to start with Miss Emily Hartley. Please come up as the high school student of the month. Got a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to read a couple of them. Mr. Sapp, Emily's a true go-getter. From athletics to academics to student council to FFA to working part-time, Emily has packed a lot of responsibilities into one tiny human. She has gone above and beyond in every role she's performed. She is someone our school will miss and be eager to see the great things she accomplishes. As the youngest in her family, it is not common that the best comes last. Sorry, Gavin, Maddie, Jason, Carson, Brock. Brock and Julie deserve major credit for being great parents and raise a great group of children. Amity, congratulations. This award is well deserved, even though I do not personally believe it should come. I do personally believe it should come with a minimum height requirement. Got the last one shot in. This is a pretty good one here, so I'm going to read this with Miss Holcomb. Selfless, intelligent, and savvy student athlete. These are a few words that define Miss Amity Hartley in my mind. She is a one-of-a-kind kid that I'm really going to miss next year. Amity has always been a go-to helper in all the wild tasks that we choose to conquer. She's helpful beyond belief, and she's always such a great example for her peers. I'm really going to miss Amity, but I'm so excited to see what she chooses to do and accomplish with her life after high school. All you have to do is dream and believe and work your butt off to get there, Caitlin Clark. This quote is an attribute of the type of person Amity is, and with her determination, I too believe that she can change the game of life and accomplish all her dreams. Go after it, Amity, and know that all of us are in your corner, whatever you may need from us. I appreciate you. Go and have fun in your next chapter. So, congratulations to Amity Hartley. We also have the Volunteer of the Month, Miss Kelsey Peterson, if she would come up. She was nominated by Rachel Butler, who obviously they've spent a lot of time in theater, so I'm going to read this from Rachel, and there's also one on the back from Kathleen. It says, Kelsey is a truly generous individual. She has dedicated upwards of 300 hours per production to the theater department simply because she enjoys it. She has an incredible vision and creative ideas that increase the quality of our productions, with great insight into how to improve the scenes and relatable ways to communicate that with our students. She is a joy to work with and a great balance to the production team. The production team and our students are so incredibly fortunate to have her work with us. She has helped in almost every aspect of theater. She is present for auditions and rehearsal times, weighs in on set design and logistics of special effects, helps with the hunt for procurement and creation of props. She's been in charge of or helped with choreography, costumes, music, sound system, setup, takedown for cast areas, parent, volunteer, coordinators, concessions, finding projection images on the online ticketing system. She's a whiz with digital creations, whether it's images, flyers, playbills, or pictures and videos for social media campaigns. I think she may have even helped with running the lighting system the first time around. She is willing and able to step in wherever and whenever she is needed. She has done all of this while being a steady employee for her family's company, being a supportive wife, and an active and involved mother, substitute teaching throughout the district on a regular basis, and volunteering in her church and around our community. She is a shining example of someone who selflessly and diligently serves her community with steady presence and not asking for anything in return. I am beyond grateful for her and all she does. It has been my honor to work with and get to know this incredible woman. With all love and respect, Rachel Butler. Congratulations. We also have the Employee of the Month, and we'd like to honor Mr. Brett Jackman, if you'd come on up. Okay, so Brett's a kind of recovering administrator, and we don't get to honor administrators very often, so I took this opportunity. It's kind of like rooting for the bad guy in a Western, I think, maybe. But we're going to honor him anyway, right? So here we go, and it's a lot of things. I'm going to start out really quickly. If you guys don't know the whole story about Mr. Jackman, obviously he came prior to COVID, right? And we had a graduation rate of about 76%? About somewhere in there. Yeah. High 70s, not great, right? Obviously we've been traditionally much higher than that. Consistently got us to where we're in the 90s, and we've been in the high 90s for quite some time. Obviously he's moved in 2 years ago, moved into the roles of graduation specialist at the high school, helped with my transition back to the high school after being gone for 10 years. Greatly appreciated his input, and I've enjoyed working with him every single day. He is retiring this year, and he's going to be moving to another job, and so we're going to miss him immensely, but we've got some things that some of the staff wrote up, and there's some qualities about Brett that are just pretty amazing. In our job, in our career field, we get to run into people every once in a while that do amazing things for kids, and this is one of those fellows. we're going to do this for Mr. Sapp. Brennan's an educator through and through. His heart is in it to serve kids and to help them become more. Brennan's filled various roles here at NHS and has made our school a better place in each position. Navigating the Creek that was COVID was no easy task, and Brett handled it as well as anyone could have hoped. Brett is a great example of what working together in collaboration looks like. Thank you for all you've done for Mr. Jackman. This is from my wife, Ms. Cleaver. If staff and students at NHS have not realized the care and commitment that Brett Jackman has continually exhibited during his time here, they weren't paying attention. He's often said to me that he should probably just say no more often. That is a character trait that has made Mr. Jackman both busy and effective, as well as sometimes stressed and overwhelmed. I also believe it sets him apart from others. He takes pride in how much he cares about our students, even if it takes time to help them ultimately realize their potential. He always seeks out positive path for any and all. I somewhat jokingly say he should have pursued a career in counseling, and that's not far off in my opinion. He listens, he cares, is deeply affected by student successes and or near misses/failures, that helps them find their way back on track. Mr. Jackman's honest and positive outlook on our students' high school career has been highlighted recently by his intentional visits to our senior classroom for their job shadow presentations, and the pride those visits have given him. He has truly made a difference here at NHS, and he'll be missed. Thank you, Brett, for everything you've done here at NHS and for our family. This is from Ms. Lazo. Brett truly makes a difference in the lives of students every single day. He's deeply caring, always taking time to listen, understand and support each student as an individual. He creates an environment where students feel safe, valued, and encouraged to grow. He's also incredibly giving. Whether it's his time or listening ear, Brett constantly goes above and beyond to ensure students have what they need to succeed. He generously leaves a lasting impact on the students. Brett's willingness to help is something that truly sets him apart. No matter the situation, he's always ready to step in, offer guidance, and lend a hand. Students and colleagues alike know they can rely on him. Above all, his passion for the profession is evident. His commitment to education is evident in everything he does, from the effort he puts into guiding students to the relationships he builds with them. Because of his caring nature, his giving spirit, his willingness to help, his knowledge, his dedication, Brett Jackman has made a meaningful and lasting impact on so many lives here at NSA. Kind of some themes in there, whether you know it or not. Thank you. Congratulations.
Mrs. DeWitt, did you have another one? You have 1 minute.
So my name is Under DeWitt. I am school nurse, district health coordinator. So I don't often get to go on field trips, but I did get to go on the field trip for the 5th grade field days, which was great. And one of our children ended up having a medical emergency that was in another group. And one of our volunteer parents that were there beautifully took care of the situation, saved our student from a major medical event. And I just really wanted to recognize her. Jocelyn Henson, is she here?
Our family is.
Come on up.
Thank you.
Your wife is amazing.
Yes, she is.
Thank you.
Thank you. If all of you who got awards tonight could step out in the hall with your families, we'll take pictures for the website. So if you want to take just a moment. And you're welcome to come back, everybody. Okay, next we're going to have some retirement recognition, sorry.
Perfect. So let's have Girl, would you come up and recognize your employee who's retiring?
I don't think she heard you.
Come on, Gina, come up here. Yep.
She is back there. I'm just kidding. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
So today we want to say farewell to Brenda Bowman. She began her career here at NISA in 2016. She was hired as our main cook, and over the years took on other positions and worked in different kitchens and buildings. A decade of service is a remarkable milestone, and your commitment and contribution over the past 10 years has been invaluable. As you embark on this exciting new chapter called retirement, I want to take a moment to thank you for all your hard work that you played a big part in our department's success. We will remember you for your bling and sparkles, no matter what the occasion. And we are wishing you health, happiness, and the best in this exciting new journey of rock hunting, gardening, with no alarm clocks, and many fun adventures. Thank you.
And if you could stay up here too.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
So I'm going to call Mr. Murray up next. Mr. Murray, Matt Murray. He began his service within the school district in July of 2015. I can't believe that. As our elementary principal. During that time, he played a key role in expanding opportunities for our students, including helping bring dual language into our district. He also led initiatives like County Spelling Bee and worked tirelessly to ensure our students had everything they needed to succeed. In July of 23, I talked to Matt and I said, I need you. He stepped into the district office role as part of our federal programs team, taking on the responsibility of helping bring our district back into compliance. He entered that role during one of the most challenging times in our district, and through his leadership, patience, and dedication, helped transform our federal programs from one of concern to a model program recognized across the state. His thoughtfulness, commitment, and care for this community have made a lasting impact on NISA. While he is retiring, we are fortunate that he will continue to support the district on a limited basis. His work will continue to benefit our students and community for years to come. So while he may be retiring, the Spider-Man costume will not.
Yes.
He'll still be back for that. And I just want to say thank you, Mr. Murray, for your service. Perfect.
Oh. Fortunately, those are
pretty
solid, right?
That's fine.
Lasted all of 20 minutes.
Well, as long as I've known him, he's never dropped the ball. So. Perfect. Do we have? Ready?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
I can do it again. Mr. Brett Jackman, come on up, man. I'd like to thank you for your service.
Thank you.
Okay, so the total is 7, right? And so he's going back to do something that I think most administrators in their brain think that what they would enjoy doing to finish out their education career. He's moving back to the classroom. So so it's one of those things that when you say I'm going to go do something and go back to do something that I really want to in my brains it was what I loved, and going to go and finish that. So I wish you well on that journey, and obviously the sentiments that everybody shared and what I shared earlier are still withstanding. So thank you, buddy, for all your time and effort.
We're going to take your picture.
All right here?
Yeah.
With the bulldog? Or without the bulldog? Put it back down.
No, you guys need to be in there. Yeah, take your bulldog. Okay.
Bulldog.
Yeah.
That's why.
Nice job, Mike.
These are cool.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you.
Okay, next we will have Mrs. Olson and the 5th graders come up and talk about their trip.
don't bite hard. Well, we're missing one, and he has the last name Olson, so it can't be good news. Hello. Thank you for having us again this year. We're going to give you a quick overview of our trip to Camp Gray this year. We've got some wonderful fifth graders here who were nominated by some of the staff at OMSI and our staff for really digging in on the trip and showing some amazing engagement in the trip. Grab your card from under your seat, guys. Oh, so just a couple of first things. Oh, this thing is glitchy. Saboteur. I'll stand over here a little closer to it. Maybe it will like that better. I just want to do another thank you to our volunteers on the trip, our parents, chaperones, as well as our teachers in admin. Mr. Pratt was our health officer. My teaching team, Miss Escobedo, is here, and Mrs. Fisher for doing our enrichment with our Stay Back group. Also, you'll see a name on here twice, Mr. Monty, who is, there we go, we're just going to do it that way. He came with our NISA virtual school students, so really cool this year. We had some spots left available, went to Matt and said, hey, could we offer this to some of the 118 fifth graders we have across the state? And we whittled it down over a number of questionnaires, and we got a wonderful group of kiddos from all across the state and three of their parents, or three of the kids' parents. Some of them, they were more than willing to share their child with us and go back home. It was pretty cool, having never met any of us. So we got the NISA virtual schools with us as well, and Mr. Monty served as our NVS admin, and it definitely gave us some ideas and thoughts for how to combine the two schools in the future. As a reminder, we were out in Newport across the road from Oregon Coast Museum and Hatfield Aquarium. That'll come up a little later in how things were different this year in our beautiful facilities here. What'd you guys think of the cabins and the food? Double thumbs up. Food was pretty decent, yeah? No baked potato bar. That's usually the one that no one likes. What's it? So we had a lovely itinerary, very similar to years past, but as we're going to talk about in a minute, we have this chunk of time in our full day, which we actually this year visited the Coastal Museum and Aquarium. So my kiddos here, who are here are going to take the show over. They're going to explain a couple of the interest groups, the field studies, and the evening programs that we did from their voices. The first one up, Carter's going to tell us about the squid dissection, which made its return this year. Go, Carter.
Using scientific instruments and reasoning, we dissected and explored some key adaptations of squid and answered questions like, what makes them so unique and how do they produce ink? One thing we did was touch the squids. They were slimy but smooth. One thing we learned is that the squids have tiny pink and black dots, and each time you touch them, they expand. One thing I enjoyed the most was touching the tiny tentacles on the squid.
Cool. Thank you, Carter. Next up, our other interest group, one of our other interest groups was marine mammals. My two friends that were coming to present tonight unfortunately didn't make it, but I have their cards here. Oliver states marine mammals are kind of weird because most of the mammals live on land during mating season. He also notes that mammals that live in the Arctic have this sort of fur or blubber to keep them warm. It was cool to be in the outdoor classroom to talk about them and then to go on our walk out to the beach and see them out in the jetty, and then of course to see them in the aquarium. When we came back, we did some drawings of our favorite marine animals, and I believe we created our own marine mammal with its own name based on the properties we learned about what mammals are. Next up, Ariel and Rowan are going to tell us about the interest group skulls, skins, and bones.
One thing we did was look at bones from different kinds of sharks. One thing we learned was how big is a shark jaw. What I enjoyed the most about it was learning with the game.
Thank you, Ariel. Rowan, what are your thoughts?
We kind of put the same two things for the first two, but the third one I meant. One thing that I learned and I really enjoyed was learning about like how the blubber
like it just kept the animals warm and it kept the animals warm, and I like learning about like the skulls and bones.
Yeah, well, super cool. This, I heard the other day, one of the kids repeating back to me, is larger than the human head by like sometimes 3 times as big as the human head, and this is a vertebrae of a larger whale animal. Thought that was really interesting. Of course, then when we went to the Coastal Museum, we got to actually see some larger specimens. And then Wyatt and Mrs. Olson are going to tell you a little bit about the big part of our trip, the field study, wind, water, and climate. Wyatt's going to start us off here.
One thing we did is we went on a hike over sand dunes to get to the beach. One thing we learned is that the landscape of Oregon has lots of mountains, so it stops, well, where we are right now, it stops rain from coming here a lot. And what I enjoyed the most is going to the tide pools on the beach with Elliot.
And then we had a little bit of an interesting situation this year when we arrived at Camp Gray. It was gale force winds. We've never experienced that before. And immediately the OMSI staff asking us to reconsider our full day outside and at the beach for 2 hours. And we scrambled to figure out what would be best for us in that situation. And we were able to squeeze in, as a result, a morning program on the beach, which honestly, I think we got like the 3 hours in the entire trip where it was the nicest weather. So we got to go out on the beach a little bit and go on our hike and learn about our different atmospheres and climates in the field. But then after that, decided that we would accentuate it with a field study part 2, and we went to the Oregon Coastal Museum and Aquarium this year. And Lola and Yatsiri are going to tell us a little bit about that experience.
So what we did is to see like how they take animals in, like to see how they care for them and like
A thing we learned was that it takes a bunch of people to make a safe place for an animal that is in a bad state.
And lastly, what I enjoyed the most about it was that we got to touch sea creatures in the touch pool, and in the passages of the beach, we saw fish, sharks, and stingrays swimming over and under us. So it was kind of interesting to just walk around with the weather, and it was pretty nice after that.
Many of our students stated that was their first time both at the coast, or even more so the first time they had been able to actually go to the aquarium while they were out there, which was great too. Thank you, ladies. Of course, then we can't forget that then there's the evening, and even if it's gale force winds, we can make the best of it and have some campfires and trivia. And Carter is going to step in for her friend Elidith as well and tell us a little bit about that.
We learned about different species of sharks that can be found in Oregon, the types of scientists who study them, and how sharks are adapted to live in our ocean. Through a slideshow of trivia questions, the activities highlights the sharks' adaptations, how we study them, and identify their essential role in the ocean ecosystem. One thing we did was have s'mores at the campfire. One thing we learned was that there are hundreds of different types of sharks. What I enjoyed the most about it was the skits they put on during the campfire.
Including getting our fortune told by just the smell of our shoes, right? And then back at NES, we have Cash here to represent that team, and they had 2 days of experiential learning as well, and he's going to tell us a little bit about that.
One thing we did was go to the MK Nature Centers. One thing we learned is that a certain you grow up to a income. One thing I enjoyed is that we got to play the food.
And his partner Elena, who is not able to make it, says that we learned more about the birds of prey, and then they were able to come back and do some adaptation activities, and they of course love playing the birds of prey Kahoot game. So very nice that we have that overlapping curriculum for them while we are away learning about some of the similar things. Can we get a round of applause for these wonderful students? If you guys want to go sit down, you don't have to be up at the front anymore. I just have a couple more slides to go through, but they really put it together with me at the last minute. It's been a crazy couple of weeks with testing. Speaking of testing, we've made progress over the last 3 years towards meeting and then hopefully exceeding the current state average of passage on the state test. It remains about 30%. We were up to 25% this year. We moved the dial another 3% improvement overall, with our MET group increasing by 2.5%. So little incremental steps, and we want to celebrate that. We've done some other things behind the scene, not just this trip. We piloted a program this year called Gizmos halfway through the year that does science simulations in a way that our current science curriculum does not. The kids absolutely love it, and it is very similar and gets them prepared for state testing. So we're seeing them more comfortable with data reasoning and simulations. So we continue to really plug away at making sure that we're meeting the state goal. And just want to be honest, we're not there yet, but we're getting there a little by little every year, up from 18% just 2 years ago. Our budget, as you know, we faced a budget constraint with the OSU grant funding decreasing. So we did some creative fundraising and finagling. A couple of things here in yellow. The ODE transportation reimbursement of 70% really helped us out in being able to do our charter buses for this trip. And then our trip t-shirts were completely ordered through the NISA PTO. Both the t-shirts paid for and then the printing completed by the BPA. I have a really cool thing to note. Last night I flew home from Nashville, Tennessee on the same plane as the BPA, and Anna Long walked by with the students and said, "Hey, you need to say thank you to her. She bought all those shirts and it paid for this trip." So it was really nice to have a full circle moment last night of what we invested in coming back to our students in the NISA district. And of course, our t-shirt design is from Miley Carrasco, a senior. The total trip cost is $60,000, about. $51,000 of that is from the grant. So we came in under the grant amount because of the other pieces we were able to find funding for. I lead up to that because, of course, I'm still thinking about benefits of moving the trip to the fall. Continuing the aquarium visit, it was a really big hit, and it really hit on some things for our super visual kinesthetic learners, and it's a great go-to if it's Gale Force wins. How to involve the virtual school more? Do they write their own grant? I mean, they're larger than our current 5th grade as they are. And then funding. And I mention this because, I serve on the outdoor school board for the state. We've taken on this endeavor in the winter here to have listening sessions and strategy sessions, and then we worked out a qualifications and funding equation that we're going to use across the state. It's creating that funding model that will forecast funding, so we now know right now how much we're forecasted to get in a grant next year based on enrollment and a couple of other factors. Mostly those factors are socioeconomic levels, who's going to need what, and then it also takes into account the drop in funding. We did have another hit to the grant funding. So it assigns a tier for a school, A being most need and C being least need. We are in the A assignment. We have most need. We are being calculated on what's called a max percent reduction. Basically, that means when the funding comes in, it creates a floor for us not to go below. Originally, the equation actually dropped us below 11% of what we are now, but this model raises us back up to dropping no lower than that. And then based on an anticipated enrollment of 77 kids and 85% attendance in the trip. The numbers are going to update as enrollment updates. Of course, this is not a done deal, but the number we're getting right now is that our grant forecast, our maximum amount we can apply for, is $46,992. That's in 2 years' time. In this grant, we've lost almost $25,000 available to us. So it has us continuing to think about how we can do this. Very last resort, obviously, being student fee. How can we get more private sponsorship? There are sponsors that are out there willing to do it for certain things. This would cover the cost of OMSI, but it would not cover the cost of everything else. So we got some thinking to do, how to strategize to not lose this trip, because it's a really incredible trip that we thank you all for supporting us and letting us come tell you about each year, and that we appreciate as I see kiddos running out in the sand saying, I've never seen the ocean before. That's a really important experience we need to keep offering to our students at NISA. So, thank you.
Okay, next we'll have the HOSA presentation.
Okay. So my name is Jessica Chunat. I am the president for our NISA HOSA chapter. We wanted to take a minute to update you guys on our state competition results. In March, 19 HOSA members attended the Idaho HOSA State Leadership Conference at Boise State University. 12 out of our 19 members qualified for round 2 for their competitions. And as a chapter, we received the gold level chapter recognition for work with the American Red Cross, which is the only gold level chapter in the state of Idaho. We had 2 state champions and 4 additional members medaled, and 8 more members placed in the top 10. We had a great year. In addition to the competitions, members attended leadership workshops, networked with other programs, and attended a college fair focused on completely future health careers. Thank you again for all of the ongoing support from our school, our admin, and our school board. We very much appreciate you for helping us succeed.
I'm speaking on behalf of our NISA HOSA Oregon Healthcare Exploration Trip in 2026. So approximately 12 HOSA students with 2 advisors are planning a trip to explore health careers and medical programs that Oregon has to offer future health professionals. We will start in Lincoln City. We will learn about emergency responses and unique challenges related to the coast. We will learn about Oregon Coast colleges and many nursing and health science programs they will offer as they offer. We will be taking a discovery boat tour that will help us learn more about the connection between public health and the ocean. We will then be going towards Portland. We will also have the opportunity to tour the Oregon Health Authority state offices. While there, we will be learning about radiology, oversight seen by the state, public health vital records, and a tour of the state health lab. Our departments within our state government that employ medical professionals, we will visit the campus of OHSU, tour Shriners Children's, and learn about the careers and programs available in Oregon to work in these facilities. On our way home, we will be stopping in Pendleton to tour the State Police Crime Lab and learn more about the laboratory science careers, the technology used in the field of medicine. We are also trying to tour the Blue Mountain Community College. We will be staying overnight in both Lincoln and just outside the Portland and North Plains. In both locations, we will be staying in Airbnbs and not hotels. We are here tonight to ask permission to move forward with this trip. We will leave May 29th and we return on June 3rd. We will not be missing school as the last day is May 28th. Well, thank you for your reconsideration. There you go.
What adults are going with you guys?
Adults would be our main person, which is Ms. DeWitt, and then our science teacher, also our basically kind of like a vice president as well, I would suggest is Ms. Watts. So something like
And
that.
how many kids are going to go?
About, we're hoping 12, hopefully 12. Gabriel Montes. Thank you.
Does somebody want to?
I make a motion that we support their trip May 29th through June 3rd for the NISA HOSA.
Okay, all in favor, raise your right hand. Have a great time.
Thank you.
Is there any public comment? Okay, we'll move on to our reports, our ASB.
How are you guys doing today?
Good, and you?
Doing pretty good. I'm gonna come over here again because this is my favorite little spot now. So
Last time we get to stay.
I know, my last time here.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not last time here, but okay. So I first wanted to start off with expressing how state choir placed second in state, so that was pretty cool, especially with them missing a couple kids that ended up going to Nashville for BPA. So I thought that was pretty cool of them to still be able to go place second, having some people, vital people of the team missing. Along with that, we had our annual awards banquet. I know I've seen a lot of you guys there and giving out awards, so we just do that just to honor students, staff members, and just the hardships of all students throughout the whole school year. Next, we also had our BPA Nationals return. Ruth and Natalie did place 8th, and then we also had Hannah. I don't know what she placed, but she still got to go and have that experience, but it was really cool to see that Natalie and Ruth did place 8th, so it was pretty high up for especially nationals. We had wrestling this last weekend in Utah. They went over there, just had a good little tournament, and then returned back home. We also had Braden Draper, and along with Diego breaking school records, Diego breaking his own, of course, and then Braden Draper breaking it since 2006, I think it was. So that was pretty cool to see. So he'll be up on the wall soon, and we'll just be able to see that and express our gratitude towards him for being able to break that school record. We also have district golf gone today and tomorrow. They're over in Union, I believe, for district golf. And then we just have graduation approaching, which is May 24th. Our senior trip that following Monday to Lagoon. And then our senior last day is official, like last full day, is the 21st. And then obviously the school-wide last day is May 28th. Questions?
Thank you for your updates all year. We appreciate it.
And I did just want to say thank you to all of you for just hearing me and just me being able to represent you guys and just talk to you, and for me just being able to represent all student body, and I'm just really grateful to be here.
Thank you. And next we have our superintendent's report.
Excellent. Thank you. And gotta tell you how much we appreciate having the student body president here giving us those updates. Totally amazing. We look forward to the next student body president coming in. Well, it's hard to believe it's already graduation month. Right? I mean, it's crazy how fast it's come. As our seniors focus on finishing their final steps towards graduation, the rest of the district is focused on finishing the year strong. And as you can see with Mrs. Olson talking about state tests, all of those things right now are kind of coming to a head. We are in the midst of state testing, and the results are beginning to come in. If possible, I do plan on sharing those initial high-level results with our community in June. They won't be official yet, but in June I will be sharing those with the board and the community. And as Aslan already said, I also want to take a moment to congratulate our choir team on placing second at the OSA State Championships this past week. This is an incredible accomplishment and a true testament to our students, their families, and the leadership of Kevin and Cassie Durfee. The work has built something really special here at NISA, and that's only in a couple short months. Think about what they're going to do for years to come. Yes, and as we already heard, that the track, we had two records already broken. Braden Draper set a new pole vault record, breaking Marshall Ackley's record in 2006. Yeah, and Diego Trengrad broke his own record. So. But we're excited as we head into district and state competitions, and BPA also represented as well. As you can see from what HOSA presented, BPA, our track athletes, our choir, like our kids aren't just doing well, they're doing some of the best in the state and in the nation. That is a pretty amazing accomplishment. Last week we held our budget community meeting. The budget that will come before the board in June is a reflection of the growth and vision set forth by this board in our community. It represents a significant investment in the future of NISA School District and the opportunities we are creating for our students. All of this work reflects what it means to be NISA strong. Supporting our students every step of the way, trusting in the direction we've set together, respecting the work happening in every classroom, remaining open to growth and improvement, and showing the grit to finish this year strong. So as we head into the final stretch of the school year and begin work towards summer programming, I'd like to invite Mr. Murray to come up and provide our federal programs update and share a little bit more about our district-wide summer school plans.
So this is a brief report on summer school. As you know, we applied for and received a summer learning grant this past week, which will enable us to expand our summer offerings to more students, not only this summer, but also in the 2 subsequent years. It's a 3-year grant. And so we anticipate about 180 to 200 students probably this summer. About a third of them will be migrant students. The other 2/3 will be non-migrant students in need of academic intervention, which is the main purpose, of course, for summer school, to prevent that summer slide that we see so often when students are not working academically in the summer. So we hope to prevent that with interventions in math. And language arts will also have a key cultural component that will be handled by our binational teachers, 2 of them coming from Mexico, and they'll be hosted by a family here. Summer runs during the month of June, and the next to the last evening on June 25th is really our what's called our clausura event, which is really just a culmination of the month of summer school, highlighting dancing, arts, music, even some food that the kids have made, and you're all invited to that. It begins at 6 o'clock on June 25th, preceded by a dinner, and then some nice entertainment, some nice cultural entertainment, dancing, music, and art, that kind of thing.
Yes, I appreciate it. And that wraps up my superintendent's report for the month of May.
Thank you. Anything about financial report?
Absolutely. So tonight I have reports for everything through April 30th of 2026. Just quickly highlighting our general fund. Our revenue that we brought in for the month of April was a little over 2.5 million, and our expenditures were a little over 2.3. So we've now brought our cumulative balance to 7.8 million that we're going to carry forward through June and spend it all, basically. So April was a good month. I also, as always, include our LGIP account statement for the month of April, so you can see what was deposited in that account and what came out of that account, followed by the county report of the taxes that we received in that account. Following that is our middle school bond fund. We currently have a little over $425,000 in that account, and we are scheduled to make a $400,000 payment on that account in June. So that would leave our balance roughly around $25,000 in that account to move into the new academic year, fiscal year, starting July 1. Of course, after that is the LGIP account statement for that account, as we keep those funds separate from our other monies. The county report on the taxes that account received. And then followed by our food service operating statement. So as of April 30th, we have brought in almost $802,000 in revenue. Our expenditures have been a little over $916,000, bringing our ending fund balance to a negative $114,000. And I put some highlights down for the month of April. We had 18 days of service. We served 10,957 breakfasts, 14,555 lunches, and 2,683 snacks. So they were busy. After that is, of course, the payroll report for the month of April. And the last report I always provide is approval of the bills. This was ran April 2nd to May 1st. Good month. Thanks. Did you guys have questions?
Do you have any questions for Crystal? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, next we have the consent agenda. If you'd like to take just a moment and look it over. And if you have any questions, now would be the time to ask. If not, could someone make a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented?
Motion to accept the consent agenda as noted.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your right hand. Okay, motion carried. New business, we have the social science curriculum adoption.
Mrs. Burbank coming.
Hi, everybody. So every year I come and I bring a new proposal for a new adoption, and this year it is social studies is the one that the state mandated that we adopt. So I included a proposal of what we are planning to adopt in your booklet. But at the elementary level, we would like to adopt the Teachers Curriculum Institute. And at the middle school level, we're looking to adopt SAVAS. And then at high school, we're looking to adopt the Teachers Curriculum Institute as well. It's the same publisher for elementary and high school, and that publisher did not meet the needs of the middle school, so we chose to go with SAVAS. So we piloted them. The teachers are committed. They like these materials, and so we would like to offer up this proposal for what we'd like to adopt, and the total with shipping costs would be $106,056.30. So that's the total.
Does anybody have any questions for Mrs. Burbank?
Do we have access to this material at all?
Yeah, we have it all actually in your office. We have a bunch of those if you would like to see.
Yeah, if you'd like to see it, I have it.
And these are the materials they've already been piloting in the classrooms?
Yes, yes.
And we talked about at the study session?
Mm-hmm. Yes, these are the same ones we talked about the study session.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah, yep.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the adoption of.
Did you have any other questions? Okay, would someone like to make a motion to approve this curriculum?
I make a motion that we approve the curriculum because I know Mrs. Delbridge has been using it and we loved it.
Is there a second? All in favor? Okay, motion is carried.
Thank you.
Okay, board report, we will have a work session June 1st at 6 o'clock. So you might want to put that on your calendars. We are going to go into executive session and read each, and then we will return into open session. Per ORS 192.6602D, we're going to meet to conduct deliberations with persons designated to carry on labor negotiations. And then we're also per ORS 192-6602I to review and evaluate the performance of the superintendent or any other public officer, employee, or staff member unless that person requests an open hearing. And we will be coming back in 15-20 minutes or so.
Really quick, I'm sorry, Mr. Jones. I'd like to point out Caitlin Lindes here is my new VP at the elementary school. She has prepared a small speech for us. No, I'm joking. I just wanted to point out Mrs. Lindes here. Just
like, bring it.
Yeah. Just to the board, and you just approved her. So anyway, I would just like to welcome Mrs. Lindes and Mrs. family.
Okay, we'll now move into executive session.